Is your chin fake? Is there anything fake on you? Do you have a BBL? Okay, Jesus Christ. Howdy, everybody. Howdy ho, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do a question and answer for the very first time. I'm going back in time and I'm doing all these generic YouTube tropes because I think doing them so delayed is kind of trendy. Am I crazy? It's like bringing it back. It's like retro, you know? But I just wanted to say, the real me is a southern girl that Levi's on and open high. I've had that stuck in my head since Mary Beth from the podcast Ride said it out of nowhere, and that song's just been on repeat in my mind for a while. Have I ever added it to my library? Never. Today, we're gonna get into some question and answers. I got onto my social platforms. I said yes, I said no. I said ask me a fucking question. And you guys did. And we are going to go rapid fire through these questions. I told you nothing's off limits. For me, it's really not. If I don't have an answer for it, just because y'all are so wild, I really don't have an answer for it, I'm not gonna answer it. But I'm thinking we're just gonna frickin' go. And we're gonna go from there.
Jake Jonez.
Question and answer time on my YT channel for the first time ever. First time I'm doing the classic YouTube shit. Let's get into it, babes. Okay, this is really, really cute. What/who inspires the most in your life? I would have to say it all starts with an origin story, and the person who inspired the most in my life from an early age was for sure my mother. That just imprinted on so many things, aka a really lit, sociable blonde woman above my bed. My mom's a blondie. I fell in love with who my mom was. I fell in love with her character, how she approached the world, her warm energy. And I really at a young age was like, I would love to emulate that as much as I can in life. And she has inspired me so much. Her and I went through quite the struggle in our childhood, and to see her have resilience and power and strength through that, whew, I hope that never leaves my heart a day in my life. I'll be real with you. So I'd have to say my mother. Were you chubby as a kid? I, on a technicality, was never chubby as a kid. I would say I got into my heaviest/chubbiest when I left college and got into accounting. That's right, I was an accountant. Is everybody okay? Are you guys okay? Yeah, it was scary for everybody, myself included. I gained the most weight, and it wasn't much. I'll be real with you. It wasn't much weight, but for me, I was at a place where I was not happy. So, X, Y, and Z. You guys have asked me a million times back to back. Tips for growing a dumpy? How do you get that ass fat? I want the ass workout routine. Motherfucker, it's the last video on my channel. It's like you don't even follow me. What the fuck? It's like you don't even follow me. So go please check out that video. It's there. It's waiting for you. Please, go check it out. Like, you guys are running up the views. I'm really honored. But yeah, I would say 70% of this ass was made in the gym. I definitely think I have genetic favors on my side, but I don't think, and I'll talk about it, I don't think my body is all genetic by any means. I just want to say that. Are you single? I am currently single. I don't think I'm actively looking though, if I'm being honest with you. I made a YouTube video not too long ago, yet again, let me point to my channel, just kind of being like where I'm at in my relationship status, and I don't think I'm actively looking to pursue anybody, so I'll just say that there. Have you popped your shit at Chili's lately? Girl, not lately, but they just sent me the most insane PR box that I put on my feed. They sent me this merch. They sent me a gift card. So you best believe I'm about to pop some shit at Chili's. I'm about to welcome to Chili's. That's right, baby. Since when did you realize that you were gay? I answered this in my coming out video, but when in Rome, bitch. I would say I realized when my first conscious interest in another peer my age, so I'd say kindergarten, I'd say probably 6 years old. And a bunch of you have asked this. Are you really white, like so white? I have other questions in here asking, are you Latin? Are you Mexican? Are you actually white? What's your heritage? I am, from what I know, a very white European mutt. I believe I am extremely English. I would say that's the majority. I think there's a lot of Irish in there, some Dutch. I've got freckles. From what I know, classically identified in the US, I am like white as they come. Especially my more immediate family, white trash mama, white trash baby, especially on my daddy's side, right there. And no, I do not call him daddy. I'm a straight man and in love with you, but can you please drop full workout routines, tips? I think that's a great idea. I think as I go on, I will start to add each part of the body that I separate in my workouts and divide. I think I'll add them to the channel. So would love to know in the comments of this video, as far as workout fitness, I'm so honored that you guys asked me these questions. What routine would you like to know next? How tall are you? On a good day, I'm 6 foot, and on my worst day, I'm 6 foot. So you guys love to guess my height in the comments. It's wild. You guys really, really care, and that's okay. I think a lot of you think because of my proportions and my thickness that I'm really short. I'm not short. I've never really been called short in my life, but I think I'm in that weird in-between where I'm not short, but I'm not considered tall. I'm just considered hot. I'm playing. I'm joking. Jesus. Where are you from? I am born and raised in Atlanta. I'm like the epitome of a Georgia peach. The real me is a southern girl with a Levi's on and an open heart. Did you want to hear that again? I can run it back. Did you? No? What are you looking for in a partner? Asking for a friend. That's cute. I would say I love consistency. I think consistency might be the hottest thing I've ever heard. I love when I'm getting to know somebody and they really stick by the things that they said and they prove what they're saying with the actions that they live by day to day. So I would have to say consistency is maybe the number one thing as I'm growing older that I want to see. Like, I think you go through the vetting process of getting to know somebody. Are they consistent with what they said? Are their actions consistent day to day? If they promise loyalty to you, are they being consistent in that on an action-based level of love? You know, I'm definitely trying to translate, because I'm a words of affirmation girl, I need to translate that into seeing action. So I'd say consistency and action is a huge one for me. Have you always had a big ass? When did you realize it was big? I would not say I've always had a big ass. I would say first, I was a big runner in high school. I think my long distance, my track days, I think that gave me a little bit of shape. I really think it started to grow when I got into weightlifting, but right out of college, like a year or two, the second I got out of college, I started to gain real weight. Like, I started to gain fat, I started to gain more mass along with the fat, and then once I started to trim up as time went down, I think my ratio in my lower body stayed thicker, whereas my upper body started to get more lean as far as muscle and all that, and I think my ratios just have decided to really define and outline a big ass. A big booty. How old are you, babes? I'm 29 years old. Feeling very young, wild, and super free all the time. This question was really, really phenomenal for me to read, and these are the questions that I love getting from you guys. Do you recognize the privilege you have in the gay community because of the way you look? I do like to think I am in touch with that privilege almost daily. I definitely think you can see it in my behavior and the way I trend towards very much showing off my figure, very much showing off all of me aesthetically when it comes to my social media platforms. I think there's a huge presence of me showing off just the way I look. And I have been trying to strategically use that to my advantage. I think the way I know how to be strategic about that is not only having an awareness of it, but realizing that it's a privilege of mine. I think the privileges that we have in life, we often use to our advantage, obviously. And I cannot say I'm not using that to my advantage. I think it shows often. There's a realm where the way I look as far as fitness and physical form and those things, I do feel come with the hard work and the work ethic that I have, and the strategy of showing off that hard work, whether it's very form-fitting clothes, extremely tight clothes, being a tease online. I am very aware that I'm doing that, and I definitely think as I am actively doing that, I am being aware of my privilege and flexing that privilege even in that moment. I would love to know how that makes you guys feel, if I'm being honest with you, because I'm on one side of this, and I've always kind of been told in the world, if you have it, flaunt it. But if you have it, you were genetically given a lot of things. That comes with privilege. You're flaunting that privilege. How must that feel? I'm not sure. So I would love to open that conversation up in the comments, because that's actually a really big point. And I just love that question, because I am here to learn more about not only my perspective, but I would love to gain more insight on what that looks like from an outsider who is not Jake Jonez. So yeah, please let me know. That was an awesome question. Are you gay? I got a couple questions genuinely being like, wait, you're straight? And it's like, let's clear the air, you guys. Like, you guys really, it's so funny because my Instagram is so gaggy, so campy. I am not straight. I am gay. I play a mean gay. I know that comes off as like me acting sometimes. I think my voice is super gay. I think the way I act all the time is super gay. I'm confusing people, obviously, from all the questions I get. I'm gay. I'm full-fledged gay. Obviously, it's a spectrum. So far, I haven't had many sexual feelings towards women. Is your chin fake? Is there anything fake on you? Do you have a BBL? Okay, Jesus Christ. I've never had plastic surgery. I've never had Botox. I've never had filler. My chin is not fake. My chin is real. I've had a butt chin since I was a Mac Nugget, like literal butt. But no, my chin's real. Every part of my body is real. I have gotten asked before if my ass is fake. It's not. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say to that. When I first got that question, I was like, does it look fake? And then I was having a conversation with some people and they were like, just take it as a compliment, bitch. And I'm like, okay, you got it. I'll take it as a compliment. Would you and Aaron date? Love you. You're absolutely stunning. How fucking sweet. Me and Aaron are just friends. It's so funny. Our characters are just the cattiest, sassiest friends. And he's been such an amazing friend these past few months. Like, it's shocking because we've only known each other 3 months now. 4, maybe? I think I met him in August. Crazy. And it's just been a really fun journey with him, getting to play a mean guy. I've got to be completely real. I like you, and my question is, are you exaggerating your feminine attitude, or is it just you? I think there's a lot of playing into things, especially if you're watching from the mean gaze standpoint. That is not my voice, the mean gaze voice. I think it's very close, but I'm very exaggerating things and like going with inflection when we are doing the mean gaze, and I want it to sound really dumb and stupid. Femininity is so wildly different to each and every person. I would say the best representation of who I am is here on the channel. When I'm talking to you, this is what it feels like, this is what it's like. Most likely, I would say maybe my friends would be like, you're a little more chill. Yeah. This is probably the realest part of what I'm like, especially like my tone of voice, what I say, my mannerisms. So if you think this is feminine right here, full-fledged sign it, accelerate it, bitch. Are you going on the gay cruise? I think I know which one you're talking about, and no, I'm not. I don't know if that really is like my crowd, if I'm being honest with you. If I ever got asked to go on it and be featured on it and maybe do like a stand-up or perform some music, that would be really, really fun. But I think it's just like not the circuit world, the party world. It's just not me. I don't drink, don't do drugs. So yeah, I think it's just not like a cultural fit for me. I have no issue with like guys getting down and having sex on the dance floor while Royal Caribbean Cruise is right behind them. You know what I mean? How many times a week do you work out? I do 2 days on, 1 day of rest, 2 days on, 1 day of rest. Every day of every week, I do my normal creatine supplement and my normal protein supplement. So I say consistency is the key. And you didn't even ask about that, but I gave you more. Okay, on to the next one. Boxers or briefs? How about this for you, bitch? Boxer briefs. Uh-oh. I think boxers are really hot, sexy, and fly. I think the comfort is great. Briefs are a harder sell for me. I own more briefs than boxers, but I own more boxer briefs. Whoa. Briefs, to me, they like, my ass eats a brief, so they just go up my ass crack. So boxer briefs are a million times more comfortable. Let me explain it, and I just did. Uh-oh. Which celeb has the best cake? I've always thought Rafael Nadal. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a tennis player. Mwah. Mwah. And this is just coming off the top of the dome. I know there's so many great bums out there. I think there's like photos of Henry Cavill, and I'm just like, what? Or they're like edited, or like it's AI. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, what? What age did you start going to the gym? I started going to the gym at 16, probably like 15, 16. I had a gym in my high school, and that's what started it. And then we had like a gym membership as I was getting older. And then I was doing a bunch of sports when I was young. So I was always trying my best to stay active in all those things. Do you have a crush on someone at the moment? I do. I have a thick, fat crush on somebody right now. I wake up, think about them. Go to bed, I think about them. In my dreams, I think about them. Guess you guys are just gonna have to guess who the fuck it is. Uh-oh. Were you funny as a child, or did it not blossom till later? Very sad reality, to be honest. I was a very outgoing, always very sociable child until one day my father really made me hyper aware of who I was and my sexuality, and the fact that everybody thought I was gay when I was not ready for everybody to think I was gay. So then I really came in with an armor of just like being quiet, reserved, shy, and very afraid. And then I would say the more I exercised who I was throughout high school and built a community of my own, so much outgoing spirit came about. And I would say high school, especially towards the end, I think a lot of people would be like, that motherfucker was always quick-witted, funny, always outgoing. But those insecurities, they can lie in yourself, you know what I mean? Favorite Britney song and album? God damn. I would say favorite Britney album that was like really implemental to my life was Blackout. That was a big one for me. I mean, it was to me one of the first mainstream steps into a hyperpop sound, and I was like, très magnifique. Bloodshine Avant with Dr. Luke, I was just like, this is great, especially with Danger as well. I would have to say maybe Break the Ice today has like aged like fine wine. Break the Ice is a great one. Do you find women attractive? 1,000%. Do I find women sexually attractive? Not at the moment, but I've always said, I do wish I was a little more sexually fluid. I still wish that to this day. You know, we're gonna hope. I just think my girlfriends are so beautiful and so stunning, mind, body, and spirit, no lie. And it's so crazy to me. Like, I think if there was anything beyond the platonic connection, it would possibly be game over. Who's to say? Who's to say? Oh my god, I genuinely thought you were gay, babes. You are a really good actor. Much love. Baby, I am gay. But also, hopefully I'm a good actor sometimes. What's your favorite sex toy? I'm not big on sex toys. I don't play much with sex toys, to be honest. But if I had to say, I would say probably like a fleshlight or something like that. That definitely would more so tickle my fancy than anything else, but I don't even have one. Did you know Brazil? I knew Brazil. Did you know Brazil? I knew them. And I might know Brazil a little more than you think. Is it true funny people are severely depressed? First of all, thank you for saying I'm funny, or at least that was targeted towards me, which makes me think you think I'm funny, so an honor. I don't think so. I think it could be a higher margin, but I don't think that generalization applies to all people who are funny or comedic in any way. I think, obviously, trauma throughout life, I do think that can produce very funny people. I rarely meet somebody who's had what I would say a simple time through life, and they're very funny. If they are a unicorn. Usually the funny, incredible people I have in my life are strictly coming from some level of a difficult background, trauma, all that stuff. So you might have something to it. Is there a booger on my nose? What is your sign? I think some of you guys will really care. My sign is a Pisces. I'm born on March 16th. I think a few of you will be like, yeah, for sure. And then a few of you will be like, whatever, I didn't pin you as a Pisces. Biggest regret. I do think regret is a real feeling. I know people are like, no regrets, but the truth is we have them. Like I think it's a very common human experience to regret things in your life. There was one time I regret lying to one of my partners at one point. I lied to him and I hurt him, and I think obviously you can regret something but still think something plays out the way it should, and I think both of those things are true in that instance. But I regret hurting him. I very much regret hurting him. But very proud of who we were to each other beyond that time as well. Do you ever feel like pubes? Yeah, I really do. Yeah. Thank you for asking that. That's a lot. I do want to really just address the questions that I get the most when I am ever posting to the internet. I ever ask you guys to ask me questions, and that question is, do you have an OnlyFans? Do you have a Twitter? I do not have a Twitter, and I do not have an OnlyFans. I used to have a Twitter, but like it got hacked when all that Twitter hack shit happened, yada yada. And no, I don't have an OnlyFans. I have a video on my channel kind of addressing the question that is commonly asked. I am very flattered. I am very flattered. With that flattery comes the coexisting nature of I do not feel comfortable showing that side of myself to the public at all. I know I am a delegated tease online. I know I'm a thirsty tease, but everything's in my control, and I really enjoy that. And it's very strategic for me, like I said earlier. So I'll leave that there. Okay, last but not least, this is the question that I get all day, all night. You guys really, really care, and that is okay. You guys want to box me in, and I don't know if it's about boxing me in, but you guys really, really do care. And I just want to say, this is about my sexual position in the bedroom. Am I a top? Am I a bottom? Am I verse? Blah, blah, blah. Some people only give two options, top or bottom. I want to say I consider myself very sexually fluid when it comes to positioning. I consider myself to truly be verse, but alongside that, I do think I get much more attention for one part of my body. So I think that in turn, if you use your noggin, I think that in turn makes my frequency in a certain position a little higher, which I don't mind. If I can take it back to hooked on phonics for you bitches, am I a good top? No. Am I a good bottom? Nar. Okay? So I'll let you take that to the bank, bitch. Some people out there, when I use the V word, I'll be like, I consider myself verse. They'll be like, that's not real. No one's verse. And I'm just like, I really feel bad for the experiences that you have never had. You have obviously never had my experiences, and it shows because you don't believe in it. And that's okay. I just feel bad that you have a limited view of what sex can be. So I wish you the best going forward. Mine is busted wide open. So holy shit. Not me being a piece of shit right at the end of this. But if you made it this far into the video, holy shit, congrats. Are you okay? If this is your first time watching my channel, are you okay? Just taking a check. Are you good? I'm sorry that this is your first introduction. If you have returned to the channel and you've been... Okay, today's filming was a doozy with my memory card, all this shit. I just wanted to say to the returning pumpkins out there in the pumpkin patch, I love you. Thank you for your loyalty, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. Mwah.